Hi and welcome to the Resources Roadhouse. I'm Wally and I am at the 2025 RIU Uranium Investment Day, catching up with Bruce Lane of American Uranium. Now, Bruce, with a name like American Uranium, I can only assume you're based in America and you're chasing uranium.
Spot on. Yep, we recently changed our name from GTI Energy to American Uranium Limited, and we hope that it's pretty straightforward and that people understand what we're doing.
All right. So, whereabouts are you based in America, and what's your project, and at what stage have you got it?
Yeah, so we're focused in Wyoming. Wyoming is one of 4 agreement states in the US where they permit uranium at a state level, and so that's one of the reasons why there are 7 permitted facilities around us, and there's 4 in production or getting back into production as we speak. So we're focused on ISR uranium in the Powder River Basin and in the Great Divide Basin, those 2 areas which are very close to each other. We're about 10 miles west of Cameco Smith Ranch Highland, which is the largest permitted in situ recovery mine in the US, and we're at pre-feasibility kind of stage. We've done an interim scoping study, and we're about to do some more exploration this year to grow the size of the deposit, and then to do some more infill drilling and to update our resource and our scoping study probably in the early part of next year.
All right, so it sounds to me that you're surrounded by some neighbours that have got some fairly well advanced projects, and that you're looking to join those ranks.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we've got an interim scoping study that says that we could be in construction around 2028. Now, that is only an interim scoping study. It's still fairly early days. We've got quite a lot of work still to do, but we're trying to hit that window of 29-30 for production. We can see that's where the supply-demand gap really starts to bite. And in the US, they use somewhere in around 47 to 50 million pounds a year of uranium, currently producing less than $1 million a year. So there's a really significant gap to fill, and then this is at a time when the Trump administration, and the Biden administration before them, to be fair, are very focused on trying to reshore or onshore their energy. It doesn't matter what kind of energy it is, but certainly the nuclear power fuel supply chain is a big part of what they're trying to do, is bring that back onshore and not rely on the Russians or the Kazakhs or anybody else.
So domestic supply over anything else.
Absolutely.
Hence why Wyoming is sort of developed as an important state for the commodity.
Yeah, well, Wyoming's the second largest energy state in the US after Texas. It's still the largest coal producer, massive oil and gas, wind farms, and of course uranium. They've got the largest endowment of uranium in the US, and I think all the production that's restarting is in Texas, but Wyoming in particular, a little bit down in Utah and Colorado. But really, what we're seeing is Wyoming is very much a focus for the administration going forward, and along with Texas, I think we'll see a lot more production coming out of Wyoming.
You just mentioned then, like a timeline of 4 years' time, and as we know, for any sort of mining development exercise, 4 years isn't a very long time.
No, it's not, and particularly for uranium projects. I think the WNA conference in London last week, one of the things that they did was adjust their time frame for development of new uranium mines and kicked it out by another 5 years because they can see that these things are taking longer. So our project in context, given where it is in Wyoming, and the fact that the capex for a project like this is modest compared to most projects, the timeline's actually really short for a uranium project, and we think that's the opportunity, to be part of that supply response in that sort of 29-30 window, and that's what we're trying to do.
So a reasonably short time frame in like a superior jurisdiction, Wyoming in America for uranium. Things are looking pretty good.
Yeah, look, and we're buoyed by the fact that the uranium, the nuclear power business in the US is getting some very, very strong bipartisan support, particularly, obviously the Trump administration is very strongly supporting it. At the same time, they use, somewhere in that 47 to 50 million pounds a year of uranium, but they're currently producing, They might get past £1 million in the next 12 months, but it's about somewhere between 2 and 5% of their annual requirements. So there's a real demand for domestic uranium. So that's we think that's very positive.
All right. Well, good luck with everything, and we look forward to hearing more good news coming from American Uranium.
Great. Thanks, Wally.
Cheers.
Good to talk.